would a worst-case scenario, perhaps one in a more urban area or a BP-type accident, impact BNSF and Berkshire Hathaway? And is the company insured or protected against such losses?
Our insurance reinsurance unit actually went to the four major railroads offering very high limits. I think this is from memory. I could be off on this somewhat, but I think we offered something like $5 or $6 billion excess of maybe $1.5 billion or something like that to the railroad retained. So there's no question about it. If you had the exact wrong circumstances, a train with a lot of ammonia or chlorine or something, right in some terrible urban area, the possibility always exists that can happen. It can happen. You can have plane crashes. There are things that are very small probabilities, but if we run trains millions and millions of miles, year after year, something will happen, just like they happen in every other possible accident way. And so you minimize it. You run trains slower in urban areas. They've already instituted that with crude. I think they brought it down to 35 miles an hour in towns of 100,000. That's the maximum. So that you're always working to be safer. You'll never be perfectly safe. We do not. We have some insurance at Burlington Northern, but we don't need insurance at Berkshire. We've got the capability to take any loss that comes along. So we actually would be more likely to be offering that insurance, and we did offer that insurance, and the railroad industry didn't like our rates, which is understandable, and so they haven't bought it, but that doesn't mean they won't at some time in the future. I should add one thing I forgot to say to Jonathan. I don't think we will be buying the 5,000 rail cars. I think I don't know that for sure, but there's going to be a lot going on in terms of retrofitting. Our Marmon operation has actually taken on a new facility that will be working very hard. Once we know what the retrofit requires, we will be, I'm sure, working 3 shifts on retrofitting cars. Probably our own, probably some other people's. We'll be building new cars. The industry has been waiting to see what the requirements would be before moving ahead. The first quarter of 2015, there were practically no tank cars ordered. There's a backlog, but there's no tank cars were ordered because we need to see what the regulations are. But we'll be very active in retrofitting and in manufacturing new cars. But I don't think we'll be. Historically, the railroads have never really owned tank cars. That goes back to the Rockefeller days. And I think the present method of having car lessors, such as the one we own, I think will continue in the future rather than having the railroads own them.